Daniel Craig, one of Hollywood's best-kept secrets. No fake charm, no rehearsed answers, just brutally honest reactions and savage comebacks. These are the moments that proved nobody breaks celebrities like Daniel Craig.
But I broke his nose. Oh.
What?
Don't mess with the Craig.
I mean, like I said, he's a big guy. He's a professional wrestler. You really wouldn't mess with him. And I threw this punch. I hit him on the nose, and I heard this crack. And I went, oh, God, no, and ran away.
Daniel Craig has played the most recognizable spy on Earth for nearly 2 decades. Everyone in every country knows his face.
Is there anywhere you can go in the world where they don't know who you are?
It happened.
I remember once one person didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
When did it nearly happen?
No, I can't do that.
But Daniel Craig swears there was exactly one tiny island where nobody had any clue who he was, and his own dresser had already taken full advantage of it.
I'm literally in some island in the middle of the Caribbean, just off Panama. My dresser on the movie had gone out to this island the week before, and he'd got there and he told everybody that he was James Bond. And I went there the following week, and all I remember is we could have this little plane and we landed on this amazing place we went to. Everybody came rushing and went, James Bond, James Bond, James Bond. They looked at me and went, oh. This is going to be a good day.
Daniel Craig spent 5 James Bond films getting thrown around by the toughest stunt performers on the planet. But the one man who actually walked off a Daniel Craig set with a broken bone was Dave Bautista, and the way Daniel Craig tells the story will end you.
But I broke his nose. Oh.
What?
Don't mess with the Craig.
I mean, like I said, he's a big guy. He's a professional wrestler. You really wouldn't mess with him. And I threw this punch. I hit him on the nose, and I heard this crack. And I went, oh, God, no, and ran away.
Almost every actor alive would say yes to playing James Bond in a single heartbeat.
In terms of being offered the part of Bond, you were quite reluctant, I think, to say yes.
And I couldn't quite understand why I was being asked. Barbara Broccoli approached me to play it, and I said, you're interested? I said, well, thank you very much. It's very nice, but I think you got the wrong guy.
Daniel Craig is the one man on Earth who actually tried to talk the producers out of casting him. When a reporter at the Venice Film Festival pushed Daniel Craig on whether there could ever be a gay James Bond, the entire room went silent.
Do you think there could be a gay James Bond?
Daniel Craig didn't blink. He gave the kind of dry, perfectly adult answer only Daniel Craig could give, and brought the house down.
Guys, let's be adult in the room for a second. There is no way around the fact that nobody would ever know James Bond desires, period. Having said that, the important thing is that he does his missions properly. Having said that, darling, I adore you.
Every single interviewer alive wants Daniel Craig to name who should play the next James Bond. Daniel Craig has the same dry 4-word answer ready every single time, and it ends every interview.
Who do you want to be the next Bond?
You know what? It's not my problem.
Good answer. Good answer. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Daniel Craig. Thank you so much.
Even buried in the middle of a serious Bond scene, Daniel Craig will quietly find a way to break the room. Watch how Daniel Craig flips one tiny instruction from Q into the driest one-liner in the entire James Bond franchise.
Good luck out there in the field. And please return the equipment in one piece. I believe I said bring it back in one piece, not bring back one piece.
Daniel Craig has refused to ever sign up for a single social media account in his entire career, and the reason Daniel Craig gives for it is the most brutally self-aware sentence a movie star has ever said out loud.
Wild horses couldn't drag me to a social media account. I mean, saying social media. Probably one of the reasons I still have social media is I'm just like, I would say things that I would regret, and I don't want to do that. I think that's sort of like I want to try and have some thought before I speak. It's you'll see in this interview that I don't.
A reporter once tried to corner Daniel Craig into confirming the rumor that he was about to join the Marvel Universe as Balder the Brave. Daniel Craig handed him the most chaotic, deadpan, absolutely yes and no answer in interview history.
Have you ever heard of the character Balder the Brave?
No.
There was a report, Daniel,
Yes.
that you were going to be in Doctor Strange. Don't you hide behind that mug, Daniel Craig.
I don't know what you're talking about.
In theory, would it be interesting to be in a Marvel movie?
Oh, I'd take any job. I'm good. I'm just like, if the hours are good, I'd take any job. I mean, of course, it's like, sure, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig and Rami Malek's banter on the No Time to Die press tour broke every single interview they did together. Asked about an off-camera kiss between them, Daniel Craig took the entire interview somewhere absolutely nobody expected.
Told a couple years ago about you and Daniel kissing after a hard moment.
Every scene.
Yeah.
Every scene. See?
Yeah.
So we can just take this on now.
No, own your own story.
Exactly, yeah. Every scene we kissed, okay?
Yes, that's
Put that
it.
out there.
Yeah, throw that out there.
Love it. I mean, were Rami, is Daniel a good kisser? I mean, we gotta know.
Softest lips in the world. Moving on. No, we own it, yes. And I have soft lips too. It's all good.
Javier Bardem and Daniel Craig hold two of the most iconic hairstyles in modern Hollywood, one terrifying, one blonde. When the two of them finally sat down to talk about it, Daniel Craig could not resist a perfectly quiet roast of Bardem's old hair.
You've gone blonde in Skyfall, but your classic bad hair, it won you an Oscar in No Country for Old Men. I always assumed that was I always thought it was a wig, but it wasn't a wig.
No, it wasn't a wig, unfortunately not. I had to live with that for 2 months. No matter what I did with it, it will always stay that shape. So when I went to buy something on the supermarket, everybody will freak out for a second.
Now, Daniel, some people, they don't like looking at old pictures of themselves, but there are some quite good hair shots of you. Here's a lovely picture of you and Alex Kingston in Moll Flanders.
It's all my own hair.
It looks like you're sharing the wig. It looks
When Daniel Craig finished playing James Bond, the world expected him to quietly disappear. Instead, Daniel Craig walked back out into the world with a brand new haircut that the New York Times and Vogue could not stop talking about.
And I walked up to you and I said, nice haircut, you hippie.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But what does it feel like when you change your haircut and enough people notice that the New York Times does a think piece, which is, Daniel Craig, is that you under those bangs? GQ says Daniel Craig's post-Bond swag keeps getting freakier. And Vogue's, I'm extremely here for Daniel Craig's quirky new fashion era.
So good to be back.
When Daniel Craig first showed up on the Casino Royale press tour in iconic Bond shape, an interviewer asked him the most obvious question on earth.
The first pictures we saw of you were like coming out of the water, and you seemed very muscled, and I was wondering...
CGI.
Sorry?
CGI.
I don't
It's
believe
incredible.
you.
It's the magic of movies. What can you do?
I don't believe you.
Well,
I think you did some hard work, and that's our question. What did you do to prepare physically?
I went to the gym.
Like?
I went to the gym. I've been working out. I've been exercising quite hard since before Christmas. I've just been trying to get into shape because there's a lot of physical things to do in the movie and every day for 12 hours a day, and you kind of got to get into shape. I mean, it's otherwise I wouldn't last.
Daniel Craig has been pushed in interview after interview about who should be the first female James Bond. He refuses the question every single time and reframes it into something the entire industry actually needed to hear.
You had to pick a female Bond to continue the legacy once you're done, not that we want to see
Mom.
Is that your mom? No. Oh. I was like, did you bring your mom?
Yeah. I think it might be somebody else's mom.
Female Bond. We need your dream female Bond.
I think that's not the issue. I think that what's important is that there are many, many, many more brilliant roles for females, and whether there's a female Bond or not is irrelevant.
After 5 James Bond films of brutal stunts, high-speed chases, and full-contact fights, Daniel Craig walked away with one final injury, and the way Daniel Craig actually got that injury is somehow the most Daniel Craig story possible.
No Time to Die, No Time to Die. What did you break in No Time to Die?
My ankle.
I mean, you do?
And the joke is, like, literally walking down a plank. I mean, wasn't even running, wasn't even doing anything action-based. I just walked down, slipped, and fell over. It was so stupid.
Daniel Craig is the absolute king of the quick-fire round, where his honest, off-the-cuff answers turn out funnier than any rehearsed joke. Favorite Bond film, secret musical dreams, takeaway of choice. Every single Daniel Craig answer breaks the room.
Favorite Bond film you haven't starred in?
Probably Goldfinger.
Favorite musical?
Jesus.
Favorite takeaway?
Yeah. Oh, Thai.
Early bird or night owl?
3-year-old, early bird.
Best gig you've ever been to?
Asian Dub Foundation, Shepherd's Bush Empire, 1996.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Neither?
I can't say that after you've
I've got
been
to
a
keep this shit
stormtrooper.
going.
Yeah,
Star
okay,
Wars,
okay, okay.
Star Wars, Star Wars.
Who do you want to be the next Bond?
You know what? It's not my problem.
Good answer.
The charity auction of Daniel Craig's personal James Bond memorabilia raised millions. The Aston Martin, the watch, the suit. But the item that went for the most absurd amount of money was something nobody saw coming, and Daniel Craig's reaction to the price is everything.
There was that auction for various charities of all the Bond paraphernalia and Bond mementos. The Aston Martin sold for $241,000. This is the model. There's a little... that went for £61,000. I mean, it's amazing, the thing. A watch of yours, $157,000?
And I think they went for £35,000.
I got 44,000.
Oh, 44?
Yeah. Was it your idea to reference the Ursula Andress Thinking Me Out of the Sea? Or was it in the script?
It happened by accident, really. I mean, the blue, those things came up, and so where we were filming, I was supposed to be swimming across, you know, and I was supposed to sort of stand up and sort of look around. Yeah. So I kind of swam along, like kind of pretending to swim, and then stood up and was there, and that's how the shot happened. So it was by accident more than anything.
After a long, brutal day shooting one of the most complicated scenes in No Time to Die, Daniel Craig hugged Rami Malek and kissed him on the cheek. Rami Malek's reaction in the moment turned him, on the spot, into Daniel Craig's official Bond girl.
This really complicated scene we were trying to fix, we finally had a moment after 3 hours, and we broke it and we got it, and it felt so damn good. And to that point, I stood up, Daniel stood up, and gave me a big hug, and then planted a kiss on my cheek.
Oh, on his cheek.
How tender.
And
It's very tender. It was actually very tender.
I
A little too tender.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, well, I look around the room and I said, well, hey man, does that make me a Bond girl?
Asked to sum up his entire 15-year run as James Bond in just one single word, Daniel Craig thought about it carefully. Then Daniel Craig picked the most unexpected word in the entire English language.
It's been awesome. There you go. I said awesome. I can't believe I said that.
That's all right.
Is it? Awesome. Yeah.
So American.
Yeah.
You must be joking. One word to describe the experience.
Sticky.
Sticky. Do tell.
No, just a word.
Daniel Craig was challenged on the Graham Norton Show to come up with his very own Bond girl name. What Daniel Craig pitched broke the entire panel, including Dame Judi Dench herself.
If I was a Bond girl, what would your Bond girl name be?
Just leave it with me for a minute.
Okay. Bond girl name? You know you want to tell us.
Cock Hargreaves?
After 6 full appearances on The Late Show, Daniel Craig had heard Stephen Colbert mispronounce his name for the very last time. Daniel Craig finally taught him the correct way to say Daniel Craig, and Stephen Colbert nearly broke on his own show.
Oh, I have a bone to pick with you.
You have a bone to pick?
Yeah, 6 shows. Say my name.
Daniel Craig.
Oh, now you're doing it right.
Why, did I say Craig?
Yes.
Daniel Craig.
There you go.
Did I not say Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig. Daniel.
Is that right?
Daniel Craig.
Well, the first one sounded like... Say it, I'm sorry.
Daniel Craig.
That is
Yes, Daniel Craig.
Ooh, I hear the difference. That is subtle. That is a subtle difference, and I apologize. Daniel Craig is mad at me.
Across 15 years and 5 James Bond films, Daniel Craig stayed dry, sharp, and perfectly controlled in every single press moment. But on the day Daniel Craig wrapped on his final Bond film, the dryness completely fell away.
And a lot of people here worked on 5 pictures with me, and I know there's a lot of things said about what I think about these films and all of those, whatever, but I've loved every single second of these movies, and especially this one, because I've got up every morning and I've had the chance to work with you guys, and that has been one of the greatest honors of my life. So.
When Daniel Craig was first cast as James Bond, the entire British press attacked him for being blonde. Years later, Daniel Craig finally looked back at all of it and gave the most relaxed, most secure, most Daniel Craig answer possible.
But it's also very hard because you got slammed immediately. They're like, a blonde James Bond?
Yeah.
Who is this guy? And
I mean, Barbara Broccoli always points out that Roger Moore was blonde, so I don't know why they latched onto that, but
because it rhymed, blonde Bond.
You're
guess.
right. I suppose you're right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. People are very passionate about Bond. I think they're still passionate about Bond, and they certainly were when I took over. So,
yeah,
you can't blame people for getting a bit wound up.
Casino Royale put Daniel Craig at a poker table opposite real lifelong card players, and one of them was Mads Mikkelsen. Years later, Mads Mikkelsen finally revealed the absolute truth about how good Daniel Craig actually is at poker.
I played a lot of poker since I was a kid, so the game was not new to me. But yeah, everybody knew how to play poker actually around that table, except for one, Daniel. He had no clue. He sucked. And it was like, it was the worst thing ever that he, of all people, had to beat me and win all my money. It was like, this is wrong. Well, I got him back with the rope.
Daniel Craig has more A-list celebrity admirers than you would ever believe, but one of them had never even met Daniel Craig before publicly informing his actual wife that she had chosen him first.
I've never met Daniel, but I decided he would be my husband, and then he decided on you. So I'm going to forgive you for that, but I've got some bitterness.
Daniel Craig is the actor who pulls the entire Knives Out cast together on every single film, and they all adore him for it. Which is why what Mila Kunis publicly called Daniel Craig live in front of the cast caught absolutely everyone off guard.
You should give yourself more credit. You don't isolate yourself.
No, that's
like that is there is something.
I try to.
But you could have, and in other circumstances, other people would have, and then it would have been you and then everybody else, and you put yourself in a position where you set a very
huge stuff.
We didn't have to bow every time we came to the
Yeah,
that
was that about? Daniel can't take a compliment.
Daniel Craig once told Dave Bautista to stop being gentle and to throw him harder on the Spectre set. He regretted it instantly, and the exact moment Daniel Craig knew he was injured is brutal to hear.
And over the films, what's the worst injury you've had?
Probably my knee, which was on Spectre. That was Dave Bautista, God bless him, who is a professional wrestler. We were doing this scene, there's a fight sequence on a train in Spectre, and he was sort of throwing me against this wall, and he was being gentle. So he should, it's pretend. I just said, Dave, mate, come on, it's all right, come on, you can chuck me a bit, don't worry about it, it's fine, I'm fine. So we did. I ended up on the wall, but my knee was sort of over here somewhere. And I sort of went, oh God! And I knew, and it's horrible, because if anybody's had an injury.
The entire internet collectively lost its mind over Chris Evans wearing one knit jumper in Knives Out. When Daniel Craig was finally pushed about the famous jumper, the dryly furious rant that followed has to be heard.
The jumper became a thing.
It's the bit that goes over my head that I don't understand. It's like, so Chris Evans is wearing a jumper. It's like he's naked, or at least naked from the sort of waist down, wearing a jumper. I'm like, he's just wearing a jumper.
This is everything.
News In!
News In is like...
wearing a jumper.
Chris Evans wears jumper.
Daniel Craig once spent 12 straight hours rolling on a coffee ground-covered dance floor for one scene in Queer.
Because Daniel, you did a weird thing. So what was it? There was gravel, and you thought we don't want to use the gravel.
Yeah. There's a sequence where we do a dance. I won't give the game away, but there's a dance in the movie. And
we were doing outside on the back lot, and it was just ground, and it was gravel, and we had to sort of roll around for like 2 nights. I was like, we're going to get cut to pieces. We're naked in the scene. Yeah, woo! just one whoop, I'll take it. Still got it.
Anne Hathaway once thought Daniel Craig had walked across an entire cocktail party just to flirt with her.
I'm at this party, and it's like a really big party. And then, like, as the party's transitioning into the cocktail portion, Daniel Craig walks in. And then he goes, hey, you. You. And I'm like, and so I'm like, so of course, I'm like, you. And he goes, you. And I was like, you. And he's just like, you. And I go, oh, I can't hear you. Want me to turn it up? And then all of a sudden, Daniel goes, oh, not you. And points behind me.
But nothing captures why nobody breaks a room like Daniel Craig more perfectly than this final moment. Asked about the real power of comedy at the London Film Festival, Daniel Craig got quietly profound.
Through comedy.
Yeah, through comedy. How do you find
I think it's always been great. I mean, you think about Robert Altman, you think about great directors like that who use comedy in very serious situations. You kind of, I mean, it's like sometimes the best way to kind of understand something is to laugh at it.
In this film as well, we have Josh O'Connor, who's pretty much the face of London Film Festival this year. He has 3 films debuting.
That's just sick.
Talk to me about him as an actor, as a co-star as well. Seeing him with a variety of different roles at London Film Festival, he can pretty much do it all.
I'm not going to comment on that.
How is he like to work with?
I love him. I love him to death. He's brilliant. He's a lovely man and very, very, very funny.
Daniel Craig spent 15 years carrying one of the heaviest characters in cinema history. But the moment Daniel Craig steps off the screen, nobody, anywhere, in any room, in any country, breaks a room quite like Daniel Craig.